Hi, everybody, and welcome to Evolve Love. I am your host, Amanda, and I am so happy that you have found this podcast. Are you looking for daily inspiration, motivation, and wisdom to help you begin your day feeling supported and uplifted with love? Well, you have come to the right place. This podcast is a space of encouragement where you can be held in your self-development because in order to evolve, you need love, and it begins here with you. Now, let's get into today's episode. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday and welcome to Evolve Love. I am really looking forward to this week because aside from all of the content that is here on the podcast, this week is the launch of my first newsletter. I'm so excited. So if you haven't gotten on the newsletter list, make sure you head on over to my bio on my Instagram at _evolve love. It is completely free and it is full of ideas, tips, ways to support you in Leo season, because my newsletters are going to come out at the start of every zodiac season. And there's going to be a free meditation. There's a card pull. There's so much in there. I don't want to give too much away because I want you to just get the full effect of it when it hits your inbox on Wednesday, July 22nd. So make sure if you're interested in the newsletter, you sign up because you aren't going to want to miss this. And my goal is to have these newsletters be just as supportive as this space here at the podcast is. So I'm really excited. There is so much more to come. The newsletter is also going to be the space for any upcoming things that are happening, whether it is guides that come out, mini books that come out, trainings, classes, like anything like that. It's all going to be there in the newsletter. So I'm so excited for it. But let's jump into today's and this week's content. And I'm really excited about this week because I feel like it's really beautiful. I feel what we're going to be talking about as our content is going to be really supportive any time of year. So this might be something that you revisit other times when you're feeling the need, but it just, as I was planning it, as I was thinking on it, it just felt, like I said, really beautiful. And I know that in last week, we were really talking about building our home base and what that means for us. And I think this week we'll further dive into that because we're going to really look at ourselves, not just our physical homes, but ourselves. And within this, when we're creating our home base, it's so important to find that ease that we all so desperately, I feel like a lot of the time, are wanting and looking for. Like so many people, when you ask them, what is it that you're striving towards in life? What is something that you hope for in life? And a lot of people just want to feel at ease, feel peace, to feel calm, to feel, just in this beautiful joy and happiness for all that they have and all that is in their life. And that is something that I really wanted to focus on in this week because today's moon sign is in Libra. And when I think about Libra, I do think of the scales. That is the symbol of Libra. But aside from that, I also think about harmony. I think about balance. And I do think about beauty too, because when things are in harmony, when things are balanced, we can just really take the time to enjoy because we're not striving to fix something. We're not trying to reduce something. We are just right there. We are at the balance. The scales are in balance and they are equal. And so this week, we're really going to be talking about harmony and balance in our life. And when we hear the word harmony, I even looked it up because I wanted to know the actual definition of harmony and balance. And harmony is when something is pleasing. There is a connection to music also with harmony. So if in music terms, harmony is when two or more notes are played at different pitches at the same time. And if you listen to music regularly, harmonized moments in music can really be so beautiful and create a very leveled and full volume type of experience. And I don't mean how loud you're playing your music. I mean how full it feels. And it also means peaceful. And then when we talk about the word balance, balance is all about maintaining a posture. It means steady. It means even. And when I think about balance, for me, the seesaw image always comes up, where you're trying to find both sides level and at the same place, to just have that moment of suspension, of stillness. And all of these words to me and ideas sound so calm. And that's why I felt like this week's content might be something that you revisit at other times, not just this week where we're being inspired by today's moon sign in Libra, but just as we're moving forward in this week ahead, really paying attention, in a given day at the different levels of energy that you feel. And do you feel in harmony with your energy? Or do you feel disconnected in some way? I know personally myself, I have been feeling very overwhelmed. I have been feeling a much higher state of adrenaline, I guess I would say, versus being in that calm and at ease place. So for me right now, I am craving harmony. I am craving balance because it's not something that I am experiencing. And I am trying so hard to find the ways in which there is harmony in my day and that there is balance in my day, because my thought is that when I find those places, that it will kind of like begin to expand outward, because I'm building an appreciation for when there are harmonious moments. And my hope is that by building that appreciation, it can like continue to spread out and spill out through my day. So something that I was really guided to do this past week when we were talking about home base, I can't remember which week it was, but one of the weeks on the podcast recently, I recommended doing a solar plexus yoga flow. And after recommending that, because it had to do with one of the cards that was pulled during the week on a Wednesday, but after thinking about that, I realized it's been a long time since I've done a full week yoga chakra challenge. And what I love about this is each day is dedicated to a different chakra. And with the yoga, the flows and the movements and the postures that you're doing, you really spend time in reverence and dedication to that chakra. And it really helped me to set the tone. So I was like, I haven't done this year. I like to do it at least once a year. Honestly, I do feel way better when I do this. But each day of the 7 days, I did a different chakra. Okay, so I started with the root, went to the sacral, went to the solar plexus, went to the heart, went to the throat, went to the third eye, and went to the crown. And with these flows that I just find them on YouTube, like honestly, I've done so many different movement teachers challenges that like if you just look up yoga chakra challenge, you could find so many different creators that have these already like set up in a playlist. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. Right now, what I need in order to feel successful is shorter blocks of time. So I feel accomplished because I did it, but I just don't have that much time to give to it right now. So I found one that had like 15 to 20 minute videos each day, and that was perfect for me. And I just felt really good too about what I was doing for myself, because I felt like I was taking the time to spend with different areas of my body, to spend with different like attributes that go along with those chakras, like, you know, with your root, like feeling safety, feeling security, feeling grounded, and, you know, just going up the different traits of each. It really helped me to connect with that. So if that's something you're interested in, I highly recommend it so much. But it really helped me to think too of like starting my day with this energy in mind and like with this connection to a specific chakra. It made me think about where in my day does my energy go awry? Like, you know, if I start off pretty even and I start off balanced, where are the triggers and things that start to set my energy off? Where do I become disharmonious? Is that even a word? I don't know. But like, where do I become disconnected from this easeful energy that I was so hoping for? And I also too know, like, I mean, you know, as a dance teacher and a choreographer, like, if I was at ease all the time, my life would be pretty monotone. So by giving it a little bit of life and all of that stuff, and, like a little oomph here and there, like that creates texture, that creates dynamics. So it's not necessarily that I want to be easeful all the time, because I appreciate the ups and downs, because it helps me to grow and it helps me to appreciate. But at the same time, I feel better being in an easeful state. Like, I think we can all probably agree on that. So in this week, we're going to really be checking in with where harmony and balance are at for our bodies, our minds, and our souls. And this is actually part of a class that I teach. I have done this class method in many different ways, online, in person. I have, dabbled in different ways of like getting this information out. And I would love to be able to offer it here for Evolve Love as well. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. But like with the many different classes that I've taught in this structure, there's different ways where we're tapping into what is our body needing right now, intuitively, or, just literally, like, what are we feeling like that our body needs, like, physically, tapping into what our mind is needing, tapping into what our soul is needing. And so we're going to be doing that here on the podcast this week with the different episodes that I set out. Tomorrow is going to be a connection where we take action on really like, making the red flag notices in our body, mind, and soul about where we may feel disconnected in our energy. So definitely check out tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, I'll be pulling a card that will help to guide us in our discussion. And then Thursday is all about expansion. Friday is about beauty, but everything that we're doing is connecting this week with this notion of harmony and balance. So today, as you're building your intention, as you're building your contemplative start to the week ahead, I'm just asking you to take the time to think about where in your life is your energy at right now? And when you get bumped out of an easeful energy, what is happening to pull you away from harmony? I hope you have a beautiful Monday. I'm so looking forward to checking in with you more this week. And if you haven't already hit the follow button on this podcast, make sure you do, just because that helps us to be found from others that may be looking for this content. Ratings and reviews are so helpful too. And again, if you'd like to check out the newsletter, I'm going to link it here in the show notes. And you can also find it over on my Instagram at _evolve love. All right, everybody, have a beautiful rest of your day.